Welcome back, viewers, to Sane Auto. Today we're going to go and give you another tour of the barn garage, the nice big barn we converted into a garage, and update you on what's been going on and what kind of videos we got coming up and why. And Dakota's going to go with us. What's happening, Dakota? Here, and go in this roll-up door over here. First, you see we got one of the stainless tables out here, and since it is stainless, it's perfectly fine outside. It doesn't hurt it. If you've got a stainless table and it's hurting it to be outside, it starts getting some surface rust on it, and it's not real stainless. All right, there's the Corvette over there, and we've got some of the oil and stuff we've been going through. We take the smaller cans and pour the rest of them into the bigger containers, so we don't lose not even a little bit of the new transmission fluid and stuff. We have over here some of the 5-gallon buckets. This the blasting machine is going to go outside in a new space that's another 500 square feet we're going to add on. We already do have nice concrete floors. If you hadn't seen our previous video, you may not have seen the concrete floors that we put in. We've got some of the painting supplies from back when I did a lot of show cars and fixed up a lot of cars, resurrections, that kind of thing. I did the paint work on the Corvette with some of this. I can see a couple of the cans, that black right there. Some of the black that you see on the Mach 1 over there came out of that can. It was just base coat because it's base coat clear coat on there. There's a can of red somewhere that went on the Jaguar, and a whole bunch of other history in those two carts. Probably half a dozen paint guns. A whole stack of fender covers that we're going to clean up. There's the separation barrel for reclaimed coolant and antifreeze. You know, we don't waste any of that. We do recycle it. And when some of it's not recyclable, but the stuff that is. There's some more of the containers of fluids and some of the funnels. This is a shelf I built. There's a whole new video on that hasn't been released yet. Well, it might have been by the time you're watching this, but there's a video on how I built that shelf for free, absolutely nothing. Well, maybe $6 worth of screws. So probably built that shelf for $6. I have some more engine stuff. Dodge 518 transmission, came out of a Dodge van. Well, I've completely rebuilt since then. I rebuilt that. Later on, that Dodge van had some engine troubles and ended up getting scrapped. It was an older Dodge, like a 95 or 97, but it did reclaim the transmission. Want that leaving with it. There's some more rebuilt AODs and 4R70Ws. Another stainless table that we brought over from here. Another tool cart full of tools, toolboxes everywhere. Toolboxes everywhere. Even hidden under more stainless tables. That's a 9.5 foot stainless table. Got another vise, some more transmission compressor tool, the drill press, and a lot of stuff we brought over from the shop. Countless numbers of these big gray carts. Big gray carts. They're full of transmission parts that we're going to be listing on the eBay store and other places. The little portable air compressor. The other air compressor, I'll show you where it's going to go. It's going to go back here. Now, we've been working on this wall. That's a whole nother video, rebuilding this wall. So rebuilding this wall is probably costing us less than $100, and it's a 50-foot wall. But then later on, what's actually going to cost some money is, you see this new metal roof up here? Later on, we're going to bring a wall out at least 10 foot and another wall out at least 10 foot. But before we do that, we're going to get a dozer in here. We're going to take out a lot of this earth to drop this down, and it's going to come down like a lean-to. That's going to be the addition of another 500 square feet added onto this 3,000 square feet. And the air compressor is going to go here. The big air compressor, it's about that tall. And we've got two big air compressors at the other building in Chattanooga. So one of them's going to go here, and the other one's going to remain at the building for the new owner of the building. Then we're going to have the blasting machine. We're going to have grinders. We're going to have lathe. We're going to have the woodworking stuff like table saw, the miter saw, All that sort of stuff is going to be right here where it can make lots of mess without it getting on the show cars. Back inside here, we've already got the 25-ton press moved over here. We've got a lot of the tools that go with the press in here. These are every 32nd of an inch, so it's the most complete set of drivers I've ever seen, and that's just half of it. All of these are just half of it. The bigger ones are here. They go all the way up to 3 inches. Okay, and this cabinet is drawer after drawer of small parts for transmissions. We've got some more AOD 4R70W stuff in progress here. It's being prepped, ready to be listed. Got another engine hoist. Its friend, the newer engine hoist, is over at the other building right now for picking up the other engines that I have. We've got the single man hoist, and I've got another one of those at the big building. One of the welders, the stick welder, and some of the welding stuff. Some of the torch heads and stuff. The torch is still over there because I'm going to have to cut up some scrap metal and stuff before I leave and haul that off. There'll probably be 2 loads of that. Another workbench over here. Stainless workbench that's sitting on 2 metal cabinets full of tools and stuff, of course. Oh, and some bottle jacks. Let's see what's in here. Oh, alternators. Okay. Well, I know where to put the rest of the alternators because I've probably got a half a dozen more. Be neat. That one we can't open yet because we've got stuff in the way. Alright, some of the filing cabinets full of transmission parts and repair manuals. And right here's going the big air conditioner. And I mean big air conditioner. Big enough for a 2,500 square foot home. So we have a 3,000 square foot garage here. It should be fine. We do have insulation here in the work areas on the ceiling, so we're not going to be insulating the entire place, and we're not going to be air conditioning the entire place. We can drape, like if you see that plastic right there, then we'll drop that down. We'll do something similar over here, and we'll air condition this space for the hottest parts of the summer, so we can continue to tear down stuff like, see these stacks of transmission pumps? That's part of going into the inventory. Like you might have noticed on the other video, we've got mostly Dodge and import stuff here. And over here, we have mostly TH350, 700R4 and 4L60E, 4T60E type stuff, AOD, 4R70W stuff, then a whole nother big shelf of stuff over there. And some of the cases down here that are listed and ready to go. That is for the eBay store. There's over $40,000 worth of stuff there, not including this stuff that hasn't been listed yet. This stuff hasn't been listed yet. That stuff hasn't been listed yet. And we have a 36-foot trailer at the other building right now that we're stacking full. Of stuff, and another 53-foot trailer coming. We're going to stuff it full of parts inventory as well, and there will be well in excess of $1 million worth of inventory here once we've got that done. That money, which brings in already a few thousand a month, will increase once we list more, and that money will go into more projects that we will be videoing, like the Mach 1 stuff, doing more and more repairs to the Mach 1. Big bad Mach 1. The V12 Jaguar. So you'll get to see more stuff on the V12 Jaguar. And the Corvette. And we'll be starting with the Corvette, because right now these boxes right here are full of parts for the Corvette project. The engine's already completely rebuilt. The transmission is completely rebuilt. The brakes are done with, I don't know if you can see, slotted and drilled rotors, disc all the way around. The paint is done, but the interior we have not even started on. That is red metal flake, and it is thick covered with dust right now. It'll look great when we get this. Will be one of the ones that we're using some of those cleaning products we talked about Or did we talk about that yet? Did I even mention that yet? We will be doing a lot of videos with cleaning products. Stuff like you will see, we will be watching Fab Automotive Detailing's videos again. We'll be watching some of the products that Camaro Time is using on his channel. Uzolu Garage, he's got a lot of good cleaning products on his channel. Z Outlaw SS, and of course when cleaning out the building and getting all the inventory out of it, all these fluids and stuff, like right here, 55-gallon drum full of transmission fluid, another 16-gallon drum of Chrysler transmission fluid, another 16-gallon drum of Dexron 6. This is another 16-gallon drum of Dexron 6 with the special applicator so you can get it up there in tight spaces like transfer cases, things like that. This shelf is full of stuff. This is the $35 a quart Mercedes fluid, just on and on and on. And 5-gallon buckets of transmission fluid, some more 5-gallon buckets of transmission fluid, about $1,000 worth of fluids here. But we also found a crap load of cleaning and detailing products, 3M stuff, Maguire stuff that I had been looking for a long time and couldn't find it because my employees left it here and there and everywhere, and I didn't know where it was at. So lots of great videos coming up with that kind of stuff, and can't wait to get busy on that kind of stuff and making videos for you about it. Wow, the wind's getting really bad right now. This table right here we set up, this is our hardware table. It's a lot of hardware and stuff we brought from the other building. I mean, it's just, like you would think, hardware. Lots and lots of bolts and washers, bins full of washers, nuts, different size nuts, clamps, a whole bay full of clamps, every clamp you could think of. This will make it a lot quicker for our videos, so we won't have to stop in the middle of projects and go get hardware because we have it all right here. A whole tray full of chains and stuff, which you need all kinds of chains for hoisting things and moving things around, even though we've got the engine hoist. Hoses, more hoses, different size hoses. Brought some of the nicer mats over here, keep our feet nice and comfortable. Over here, this stainless table is we're going to be doing a lot of the tool reviews and tool repairs. Like this DeWalt right here is going to be getting a new cord, and so is this. I don't even know what brand that one is, but it's just been a really good durable drill for a long time. But look at the poor old cord. I mean, that thing is, and can you believe this thing still works with a cord like that? Oh my gosh. But dangerous. So this reclaimed cord is in perfect condition from another tool that was bad, and this reclaimed cord is in really good condition. It's got a couple of bad spots. We're going to cut that off, but it's so long we don't need that much length. We're going to reuse the good. We're going to put that on one of these tools and another on the other tool, so we're going to be able to fix both of these tools for zero cash. And on our cordless tools, we've got some new stuff for some of our cordless tools. We've got some of the newer chargers. We've got some of the newer lithium-ion batteries, and we're going to show you which cordless tools we have that did not come with lithium-ion batteries, but lithium-ion batteries will fit in them and they will work in them, and they make them like a whole new tool, way better than they ever were. And we've got a charger for one of those that not only charges the new lithium-ion batteries for it, but it will charge the old batteries as well. That'll be revealed in another video. In this corner back here, we've got some of the carts that we brought from the other building, the big building. I'm dropping things now. Sorry, guys. All right, and on these carts, we've got all kinds of, there's some more power tools in there. We'll have to go through and see if they're all still working good. And if they need repairs, we'll do a video on repairing them. All kinds of hand tools here, Matco, Snap-on. We'll have to go through that and get them in the big, organized and in the big toolbox. We'll see what treasures we find here. Here in the motorcycle section, we've got the big bad Harley here. We've got the Triumph here, and the Triumph is still in good running order. And I mean, you could crank it up right now today, but it does need some fixing. So we're going to do a complete teardown and restoration of the Triumph probably in the fall of 2019. And the Harley just needs some minor work, so we will video all that too as well while we're doing that. There's the original wheel off of the Harley. We replaced that with the 5-star. Then just a whole bunch more of the old British bike parts and stuff that we've had from doing restorations of the old British bikes from back in the, oh, you can't even see in there, it's too dark in that cabinet. But trust me, full of old Triumph and BSA parts, that sort of thing. There's handlebars hanging from the rafters, all kinds of motorcycle stuff in here. Oh, and hidden under that pile of what looks like a pile of mess is actually stuff to cover and protect. Hidden under there with some headers on it and everything is a 383 stroker engine. Probably about 450 horsepower. I have about 5 more engines at the big shop I've got to bring over here and find a place for. We've also got to find a better place for some of the trophies. This is some of the trophy collection from the show cars. And we're going to collect some more of these after we do the detailing videos and cleaning up and some more repairs and upgrades on the Mach 1, the Corvette, and the Jaguar. And we'll take them and get some more trophies. Here's another staging area where when we bring inventory in. And well, there's some of the machinist tools here now from the lathe and a bunch of transmission parts getting ready to clean up. And of course, a microwave to heat the coffee over and over and over again. Got to keep coffee coming. Another 16-gallon barrel full of transmission fluid. A whole nother big box full of transmission kits. 4-barrel intakes. 4-barrel intakes, piles of them. We got piles of transmission cases. Got the transmission and engine parts cleaner over here. Of course, since it's mine, it's got to be highly modified. It does still have the electric heater, which was designed to heat this up in about 2 hours, and then it keeps it heated all day long while you're cleaning parts. You're doing 8 or 10 hour days. It doesn't matter that much if you do 2 hours to heat it up to full heat. But that wasn't good enough for me. I like the thing to heat up in about 30 minutes. So I cut down and modified a grill, an old propane grill. I use a propane tank, and I stick it under here, and I turn 2 burners on and turn the electrics on, and this thing is at a hotter temperature than it ever would be, and it happens in 30 minutes. Bam! You're washing parts. And then of course these cabinets are full of all kinds of, automotive supplies. You gotta have some brake fluids, and there's some polishing compound. That's the cheap stuff. That's the turtle wax stuff. But that gives us the ability to do stuff like taking a spot like an old hood and use some 3M stuff. Take part of it off and do some turtle wax on one side, some 3M stuff on the other side, maybe tape off another section, do some Maguires, and then you can see, turtle wax versus Maguires versus 3M, that sort of stuff. And then of course some cans of paint. You always got to have some Bondo. I don't know why. But and then there's some more tools. So just the cabinet's full of car guys' dreams. And then of course there's more hardware. All this hardware will end up over there at the hardware table that I was showing you before. Here's the table saw that's going to go in the new addition to the garage out there, where right now I pull it out every time and saw stuff outside to keep the sawdust out of here. And here is the new skill saw. No, it doesn't look new now, but the stuff don't look new very long with me as it gets utilized. The new skill saw, which replaced the old skill saw. This one took me, I don't know, 7-8 years to kill this thing. But kill it I did, and another one, and another one. But I go through these things. But this thing has been doing very well. And there is a review that I've done on this. Lots more tool reviews coming, like the one on the scale saw, and that Black & Decker cordless drill I just really love. But wait, there's more. Here is the big Delta bus that we bought for storing some of the kits in, and you are going to be unbelievably surprised when you find out what's under the hood of this thing. It's amazing. But for right now, you get to see some of the rebuild kits, just boxes and boxes and boxes full of overhaul kits, rebuild kits, transmissions in here, just stacks and stacks and stacks of them. These, of course, all being sold in the store. There's Ford, there's GM, there's Honda, Toyota, just all kinds of them. That's what we got the bus for, to store that stuff. But in here, after we bought the bus for storage, and we opened this up because I knew I was going to have to do an oil change and a couple other repairs to the engine, because I want to keep the engine running good so we can move it around when the big trailers get here. We got a 36-foot tractor trailer coming full of transmission parts, and another 53-foot tractor trailer truck. So we're gonna have to put them somewhere, and I want to be able to move this bus. I looked underneath the hood, and man, what a surprise. You're not going to believe what is powering this bus and all the work they have done to the engine at Delta to this thing. It's just crazy. That will be in another video. And this little Dodge right here is also full of transmission kits. There's stacks and stacks of them, plenty of them. There's probably $4,500 worth of kits at today's prices, just rock bottom prices, in this one van alone. But it is watertight, so it's a good place to keep them, and it's really handy to be able to just reach in here and grab something right there. Don't have to climb a shelf or anything. And here, if you want to watch the separate video, we built this shed to house the Cub Cadet and the push mower, and for less than $50. And this is the Cub Cadet that we use for mowing the grass at the big building. And this is the push mower. You can see on the front here, it's got some tires and it's floating, so move up and down so it doesn't scratch up the bumper. And it's got a 14 horsepower Kohler. It's a Craftsman mower. We took the deck and everything off of it. Without this on the front, it will pop wheelies. With this on the front, it will push any car or truck we want it to. Here in the box truck, we have boxes and boxes of more transmission kits and some other like shop lights and stuff like that. Now this big shed I built for less than $500. You'll have to watch that video if you want to see the whole shed. I'm not going to reveal it here, but less than 500 bucks built this whole shed, and it's got the big bad Kubota in it, which we are going to do a restoration on this Kubota. And we need the big bad Kubota in good working order. It's a 72 inch, so we can mow the yard. This is part of the side yard. We're still bringing van load and trailer load every day for the next 40 days over here. So we will have to build another building to put the lifts in and that sort of thing. So there will be some videos on that and lots of other videos on repairs, on maintenance, on moving stuff, on building buildings, on tool reviews. And of course, we're still doing our lives every Sunday and Wednesday at 7:30 at night. Come hang out with us and all the other car guys, and let's talk cars and get your hands dirty. Keep your hands dirty and your channel clean. Somebody told me if I did this YouTube long enough, I'd be surrounded by fans. I'm not sure this is what I had in mind. Oh man, that one's got problems. And that one looks a little different. I think he might be a stalker. And if you've stayed this long in the video, you get some bonus information. Up in the loft area, so if you saw the loft area from down there, you get to see what's in the loft area. Thank you for staying for the whole video. This is, of course, some seasonal stuff like Christmas and other seasons. And then, of course, there's some car parts up here. Some new old car parts and other stuff. But mostly, there are these tubs full of repair orders. You can see there's starting to get back 2002 and in the 90s, 2001. The old dusty ones are back here from the late 90s. And up here you get 2005, 2006, 2004, 2008, all the way up to 2015, 14, 13. This is 2011, and they're full of these manila envelopes, which are full of repair orders. And each one of these repair orders is a vehicle I repaired. And each one of these tubs is full of those, because like I say in some of my other videos, we did with 15 bays. Well, I like to say 12 or 13 bays because those last couple of bays we didn't always use. But 400 to 600 major repairs a year and countless, well, I guess you could sit there and count them, minor repairs. And that's not including the cars we fixed up for sale and the show cars, 1 or 2 show cars per year. Anywhere from 12 to 20 cars we fixed up for sale. And so just tubs and tubs and tubs full of repair orders. So apparently I have fixed a few vehicles throughout my career and continue to plan to fix a few more, just not at the pace that I used to do. I don't intend to do this many vehicles per year anymore. I'm just not up to doing that anymore. It's no fun, actually. It's just a lot of work. Right now, at the pace I'm going, the fun is back in it again. And I like making videos of it, and making videos of it makes the job take about twice as long. But then I get to share the job with you guys. And that puts the joy back in getting greasy and dirty and burnt, bruised, and bleeding and all that neat stuff. And I get to show you guys the new tools that I get and the tool upgrades, which I'm going to be doing quite a few tool upgrades. So I'll show you those tools and stuff that I get and the tools that I upgrade. Look forward to seeing you in more videos, guys. And look forward to seeing your videos too. And that is the loft. And there's the big bad Mach 1. Can't wait to get her all cleaned up and back out on the road again. I'm going to terrorize the neighborhood. See you later, guys. Thanks for staying to the end of the video.
Thank you for watching our videos. I hope the information contained helps you out a great deal and saves you lots of money. But please keep in mind that after 30 years of working on cars, I still get burnt, bruised, or bleeding on almost every job. Also, I still mess things up even after passing over 50 certification tests. So if you want to avoid all that, please find somebody that gives a good warranty and just pay them to work on your car. In other words, don't do anything I do in my videos, and don't even do anything I talk about in my videos.
Welcome to Saneauto. We're so glad you're here. We don't just do repairs and tool reviews.
Bienvenida a Saneauto. Nosotros no solamente hacemos reparaciones de autos.
We also film hot rods and mod rods, project cars, classic cars, antiques.
Nosotros también filmea autos antiguos, mod rods, hot rods, cualquiera.
We also like to take you with us to the car shows and the cruise-ins, so make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything.
Me gustaría llevarte con nosotros a los cruise-ins y car shows. Entonces, empuja ese botón y toca de campaña para que no pierda nada.
Thank you for watching our videos. Many of the events, shows, and people that we feature support much needed charities.
Bastante de eventos que nosotros filmea soporta caridad.
Please take a child or a friend to one of these events and make sure that they're aware of all the good works that the great people of the car community do.
Por favor, lleva un niño o un amigo a los eventos para que sepa de buenos trabajos que hacen los coordinadores de evento. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Hello!